Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, the 24th of, Thanksgiving week. Oh, I don't know where I'm going with this. Okay, guys. I came home and my husband left the TV on, and the vice president-elect and they're doing their little chitty-chatty. And all I'm thinking is, good Lord, America, what a great job you did. You put the warmongers and the swamp right back in to D.C. So congratulations, America. We get what we get. I just hope they don't put us back into another war. I really do. All right, I have some finished objects. And this is a Divine hat. And of course it's in the blue. It's going into my stash for the Hat Not Hate stash that I'm building up. Hats. Jax has a challenge to make as many hats as possible. And she is offering prizes each month for those people who send her photos of their finished Hat Not Hates for the challenge. But I don't need any more yarn. We all know that. So I'm abstaining from sending pictures for that. But those of you that want to, by all means, go for it. And here's a second hat. It's mostly double crochets, half double crochets. And this is Mainstays blue yarn. It's really nice, really soft. And I really like it a lot. Now, I'd started the Tunisian shawl that Nick Crate had a couple of months ago that Tony Lipsky had designed, I believe. I believe it was Tony. TLC Crafts? TL Crafts? Yeah. And I had received beaches as my colorway for that month. And so I chose to do the Tunisian shawl. I was going to do a total of about 3 of the skeins, because I did order some extra when they did the double down, but I have since changed my mind. And here is the finished Getaway shawl. It definitely covers my wingspan. And it's very pretty. It's basically just Tunisian simple stitch and Tunisian purl stitches. And that is it. I finished it off. It is not blocked yet, so, there you go. I started for whips. I only have one whip at the moment, although I'm still working on hats here and there. But my one whip is the bias Tunisian simple stitch blanket that Tony Lipsky has as a free pattern. And it's basically just you start in the corner and go up. And this is in Karen's Simply Soft, or Karen Sunburnt Dogwood is what I'm doing it in. It's real easy. It's just a start with 3. And her pattern calls for using 2 DK weights together with a size L hook and holding 2 strands together. I am just doing 1 strand and using a M hook for that. That is it for the whips. I've been busy reorganizing things in the house. And I told you about the Comcast and having to run it through the air conditioner. And I'm going to insert a picture here. So yeah, It's kind of chilly at night. You get that little extra breeze. We're hoping that the landlord actually gets the cable and gets the company to come in and run those lines. Basically, they don't do wall fishing is what they said. I did do a shop update, so those are up and ready to go out. What else? I have started working on the new pattern that I wanted to do a couple of months ago before this whole sweet and sour sniffle thing came up. So I've started working on those patterns and getting those cut ready to sew. What they basically will have is there will be a vinyl window, a pocket on the outside of some of the tote bags where you can slip your pattern down into it, or you can just put your tools down into that extra pattern, into that extra pocket on the front, so you can see what you have, take with you. And then there will be the tote behind it. So, and it'll have snaps along the top. I am trying to see if I can finagle it to put on a zipper across the top so that it will zip. But I'm not really liking the way that it's coming out, So I'm rethinking that, and maybe we'll just do snaps on the top for now. So that's it for that portion. It's going to be a real short and sweet one. But I did think that I'm going to add a story here. Last Saturday we always go to Walmart in State College because they have quite a few things that our local Walmart here in Mill Hall doesn't carry. And their electronics section is a little bit bigger. Thomas likes to look through all the things and games and see if there's any new devices he has to have. Plus, their fabric section is a little bit bigger, a little bit nicer, so we always check it out. And while we were there, we realized we needed to get toilet paper. So we went over to the toilet paper aisle, and there was nothing out there. So Thomas asked one of the guys that was working, one of the employees, if they had some toilet paper, and all they were putting out were the little 4-packs toilet paper. And he said to him, since we can only purchase 1 pack, do you have any of the larger packs back there? And the guy said, well, we actually have 3 pallets. But we were going to work on putting those out maybe later tonight, tomorrow. Thomas goes, this is ridiculous. Do I have to go and order it for a pickup for this afternoon? So the guy goes, no, I'll go out and get the pallets. Come on, guys. There was another guy working there. So they pulled the pallets out, put them out, pulled one down the aisle. People, it was a free-for-all. People were actually ripping the plastic. I don't know if you've ever seen their pallets, but their pallets come and they're stacked real high, and then they're wrapped with plastic wrap to hold it all together, for easy shipment and loading and all that stuff. People were ripping that plastic. There were toilet paper roll packages falling all over the floor. The employees. It was comical. And I really wish I'd had my camera rolling for that, because it was a sight to see what people were doing for this toilet paper thing. So people, don't listen to the media. This is how come we have shortages when you go out and do these mad dashes and start hoarding. And like Thomas told the guy, this is ridiculous. First Quality makes most of the toilet papers, and they're in our local area. They're in Mill Hall. He said it's ridiculous that we can't get toilet paper. So, there you go. And it used to be we have someone that my husband worked with at the university. We used to be able to just call him up and say, can you? And we would buy a case at a time. But they're not doing that during the sweet and sour sniffles. Now, I posted this next story for What in Tarnation this morning because it's on Facebook, but it's rather funny and there is video. So you will get the link for the video. Canadian town posts signs reading, "Do not let moose lick your car." Officials in a Canadian town are posting signs with a very important instruction for local drivers. Do not let moose lick your car. The signs posted in Jasper, Alberta, ask drivers to keep their vehicles a safe distance from moose to make sure the animals don't get a taste of the road salt that inevitably ends up covering the sides of cars driving through the alpine town. They're obsessed with salt. It's one of the things they need for the minerals in their body, Jasper National Park spokesman Steve Young told CNN. They usually get it from salt lakes in the park, but now they realize they can also get road salt that splashes onto cars. Young said letting moose discover that they can get salt from licking vehicles causes the animals to lose their fear of cars, which can lead to dangerous incidents on the road. Moose and cars are not a good mix. If you hit the moose with your car, you take the legs out from under it, and it's going through your windshield. Yes, and that's not a pleasant sight. He said people should keep their cars and themselves a safe distance away from moose. He said the population of moose has been rising in the area. We've been seeing a lot more moose lately. The wolf population is decreasing, which means there's fewer predators, and the moose population going up as a result, Young said. This also means people need to be respectful and give them space. Now, Christmas is coming up. Website offering $2,500 to watch 25 films, holiday films, in 25 days. A website dedicated to reviews of electronic devices and services is offering a cheer-loving cinephile the chance to make $2,500 by completing an unusual job. Watching 25 classic holiday films in 25 days. WebsiteReviews.org said the chief holiday cheermeister will receive $2,500 and year-long subscriptions to Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, HBO Max, and Apple TV Plus. The person will be required to watch 25 pre-selected holiday classics, including Elf, It's a Wonderful Life, The Polar Express, and Home Alone in a 25-day period. I really should get my husband on that because he watches them all. The Chief Meister will then be required to complete a questionnaire about each film, and at the end will select the best of the bunch. Applications are being accepted on the website through December the 4th, and the winner will be announced December the 7th. And the link will be down below. Deer rescued while swimming with bucket overhead. And I really don't understand how this thing could swim with a bucket on its head. You would think it would be panicked. An animal rescuer in New York State came to the assistance of a deer spotted swimming in the Long Island Sound with a paint bucket stuck over its head. Frank Floridia from the Strong Island Animal Rescue League responded to the scene near Port Jefferson when members of the public reported a deer swimming with a bucket stuck over its face. Floridia said he initially tried to swim out to the deer, but found the water was too cold. Really? A nearby boater came to his assistance and he ended hanging up off the side of the boat as it pulled up alongside next to the deer, which was apparently disoriented and swimming in circles. Floridia said he was able to guide the deer back to shore and remove the bucket. I bear hugged her against the boat and she drove us back to shore. He did, the rescuer. As we got back to shore, I was still holding her on the front of the boat, Floridia told WABC TV. She seemed very calm. She knew she was being helped. And indeed, she was. Drive-through light shows in Texas keep COVID-19 safety in mind. A company specializing in holiday events is bringing socially distant holiday cheer to North Texas with a trio of light show extravaganzas, where the spectators never leave their vehicles. The Peerless production group created Radiance, a holiday light spectacular with 3 locations in Texas: Frisco, Decatur, and Weatherford. Each location offers a unique light show experience spread out over the course of 1 to 1.5 miles. Warren Michael Ling, who helped develop the shows, said they were designed with COVID-19 safety in mind. He said spectators drive through the course and never leave their cars. You are handed a hot chocolate as you drive in and can take as many pictures as you want, Ling told KTVT TV. You experience the Christmas joy while the music is playing over the radio, where the lights are animated to the music, and you get to experience Christmas, not just once, but in 3 locations in North Texas. Family, get on it. I want video. I have family in Weatherford. I have some family in Decatur. And the rest of you can drive the rest of the distance to see it. All right. Now, and every year, Diamond Lock in that area has always done these fantastic Christmas displays of the homes that are in Diamond Lock. And normally they do a thing where they have you drive through the neighborhood. Generally, they let you walk through it as well. I don't know if they're doing that this year. I kind of hope they continue the tradition, but maybe not have walkers walk through. Couple find $25,000 worth of rare coins in new home, and return them to the owner. A South Carolina couple who recently moved into their home found a cache of rare coins worth about $25,000 and returned them to their owner. James and Clarissa Munford said they closed on their Columbia home and in mid-October and were in the process of moving in when they discovered 2 cases of coins from the 1800s in a built-in closet drawer. The cache included 46 gold Liberty $5 coins and 18 Morgan silver dollars. They looked real old, like they were really worth a lot of money, James Munford told CNN. Munford said he took some photos of the coins and texted the pictures to the house's former owner to see if he recognized them. I was just thinking, they're not mine. They're probably a family heirloom. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure he gets them back, Munford said. The couple said keeping the coins never crossed their minds, even though they would have been within their legal rights to claim ownership of them. We really didn't know anything about the value of the coins. We really didn't care, to be honest with you. We knew they were his, Clarissa Munford said. The home's owner, a coin collector, came by to pick up his forgotten property. He said most of his collection is kept in a safe, but he had forgotten about the cases stashed in the drawer when he was moving out of the house. He has estimated the worth of the left-behind coins at about $25,000. He just thanked me because he said there's not too many honest people out there, James Munford said. And kudos to you, Mr. and Mrs. Munford. Now, I've told you in the past about the meteorites, you know, seeing the videos and those kind of things, and how they do sell for quite a bit of chunk of money. And here we have a story that explains that. Man sells meteorite that crashed through his roof for over $1 million. An Indonesian man turned an unusual bit of property damage into a fortune when he sold the meteorite that crashed through his roof for over $1 million. Joshua Hudalong, 33, said he was working outside his home in Sumatra when the meteorite crashed through the roof of the house and landed outside. When I lifted it up, the stone was still warm, and I brought it into the house, Hudalong told news outlet Compass. Hudalong, I mispronounced it wrong, posted a video to Facebook showing the spot where the metallic object had crashed through his tin roof. 4.5 pound chunk of CM1/2 cm1/2 carbonaceous chondrite, a rare variety of meteorite, and it is rare, was valued at $1,858,556 by experts and attracted the interest of U.S. expert Jared Collins, who purchased the meteorite and resold it to fellow U.S. collector J. Piatek. Hudalong did not disclose the amount that he was paid for the meteorite, but he indicated it was over $1 million. He said the money will allow his family to expand, and he also plans to donate some toward the building of a local church. Good for you, Mr. Hudalong. And I'm sure that money goes very far in Indonesia. So, that's it for What in Tarnation. Everybody have a great and blessed week. Don't forget to give thanks for everything you have this week. This is the one time we are reminded to do it, although some of us do it every day. So, have a great Thanksgiving. I'll see you again next week. And remember, do something kind for someone else today. Bye.